it's about to thunder and you can smell the...
Our last poet of the evening is Lori Desrosiers. It's a great pleasure to introduce Lori, and she's going to actually, it's going to be even greater pleasure because she's actually going to sing and play for us. She asked me if she could use my guitar, so she's going to play us a song, and she's also going to read some of her poetry.
I like the rain when it's about to thunder and you can smell the ozone in the air. We women rain our tears and our periodic rain falls hard as we pick up our children, as we pull up our lovers. But thunderstorms don't know whose paths they destroy, and trees fall down the way our lovers leave us, littered on the driveways and scattered on the ground. And afterwards we have to pick the branches out of the way and make things whole again. Women are so much like thunderstorms. We wail with the wind and laugh like the rain. We are so much stronger in our cumulonimbus, billowing pain. Women are so much like thunderstorms. I like the fire of lightning, 'cause you never know where it may strike, and it might just pass between the clouds, like our friendships which bind us to the earth and one another. And like the sharpness of our words which we have had to learn to use to protect ourselves, to protect our children. Women are so much like thunderstorms. I like the sound of rain on the pebbles in my driveway, waiting for the storm to end and the next one to begin. Women are so much like thunderstorms. The world is flat. A boy I know drove off a cliff following the GPS in his car. True story. GPS systems think the world is flat. No mountains, valleys, or boulders, no cliffs, no ups or downs, just left and right, east, west, north, south. I found an old friend on Facebook. She emailed me twice. We hadn't talked in 30 years. Still haven't. Computers think the world is flat. I stare at the screen and wonder if there are any real people out there. My students text instead of talk, even sitting side by side. I make them buy books. They buy online. Never visit the bookstore. They go to the library because I take them. Cell phones reduce literature to one-letter symbols like U and R. Cell phones don't study philosophy, but you should try to figure out who you are. And he's okay, by the way. He lived through it somehow. That's because he was 20 years old and in a very, very good shape. He's got a scar like this. It's quite something. This is a poem from my friend Una's dog, Miles, who is a very good dog, and I like him very much, and it's called Miles. The littlest hound sees a forest of pant legs. At his feet, grass waves, insects burrow. His nose twitches in delight, or is it sorrow? If he could speak, would he recite great verse? Would he give a speech, or would he curse? No, he's a dog. He whines his plaintive song, his paws run fast. His black eyes are wide as the sky. This is a new one. My violin. My violin has been tucked in the closet for years. Black case, green plush interior, bridge broken, strings gone, hairless bow on a hook. Long gone are days of before school orchestra, after school lessons, bruise under my chin. Took up guitar, forgot the violin. You can't sing with a violin. And I had no talent, I thought. Years later, a friend's violin sitting out. Scheherazade on the music stand. I asked if I could try it, hear the music sing. I heard the music sing, a perfect tone I never heard before. I was so shocked I almost dropped the instrument. She explained it was the violin. If only I had known, all those years in high school when I sounded worse than everyone else, no matter how hard I practiced. It was my student violin that lacked resonance, not I. That Pomegranate Shine. This is, I'm writing a series of ekphrastic pieces which are based on different kinds of music and poetry and artwork. This one is, has an epigraph from a song. It's from an Armenian song. Two brides arise from the river, shivering and shining like pomegranate seeds. I was the wrong kind of bride, more sweat than glisten, more peach than pomegranate. At 23, in love with marriage, not the man, I plunged into rough water, bringing grandmother's candlesticks, mother's books, and 2 silver trays. 10 years later, I emerged shivering, dragging my ragged volumes, 1 candlestick, and 2 babies. On the bank, I shook off the water and breathed. Standing with my children, looking out over the river, the new brides asked where I got that pomegranate shine. I have time for 1 more or 2 more? Doesn't matter. 2, okay. Response to a comment. Comment, not a comment. That would be more interesting, actually. Next poem's going to be called Response to a Comment. Yeah. Response to a comment. You say I write with elan, but truly it is only grace. The grace given me by time and time's gray mercy, like mercury rising with the heat, flames subsiding into coal, the sound of trumpets fading into distance, or a short burst of fireworks when the show is nearly done. The click of a door lock after a lover has gone. The last end stop of the last stanza of a double sestina. Grace. And this one is dedicated to all my poets in my writing group and other writing groups, especially my deep dishers. What poets do instead of sleep. When I think of my poetry friends, I think of them dancing or swimming naked in a pool of words, their skin porous, finding just the right ones to put in secret pockets and take out at midnight, then hold out their hands to catch the dropping metaphors as they slide off desks onto the floor. That is what I do here tonight instead of sleep. We are all awake, juggling synonyms in the air, pulling verbs from jars with pitchfork pens, letting adjectives, adverbs, and articles pile up in wastebaskets and cabinet drawers. We clip ings off gerunds with the long scissors, pin nouns to the wall, letting them dry to a crisp. We string sounds together with twine, then hang them out in the night air, for we know poems age better, hidden from the sun. I like the rain when it's about to thunder and you can smell the ozone in the air. We women rain our tears and our periodic rain falls hard as we pick up our children, as we pull up our lovers. But thunderstorms don't know whose paths they destroy, and trees fall down the way our lovers leave us.